GameSpot Sports, we're back. It's another episode of Game Time. So happy to have you guys along with us. Nick Mazesco back with you. It's a beautiful, and by beautiful, I mean cold. I am cold to my bones. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Weird kind of start time, but we got some guests in the building, and we had to make sure that they were here because that would be pointless at that point. We're going to be doing some NFL today. We're going to be talking some wrestling as well. A little variety stream, Game Time. We love when we get to include a little bit of everything. And all I can say is I'm just hoping to make myself famous because joining us today, none other than the duo. Make Yourself Famous. You might have seen them around these streets. Rocky, if you're a wrestling content fan, live streaming the WWEs, the AEWs, the Steelers games, and now they're here on GameSpot Sports. How are you guys? Thanks for taking time out to come and hang out for an afternoon.
Hello.
Thanks for having us. I liked your little, you're going to make yourself famous.
I am. See what you did there? That's a little, it's a little plug.
Like
all right. Well, I always like to start these with just a little, give us your spiel. Let us know what if people are seeing you for the first time, what you guys do, where you're from, and kind of what sphere you guys are in, because we get a little bit of everything here on GameSpot Sports, from watch-alongs to gamers to whatever, and so we like to give you guys just an opportunity to first give yourselves the sell yourself pitch.
Oh, sell yourself. Okay. You want to sell us?
No pressure.
Sure. I can sell us. So we are two of the more colorful pro wrestling watch-along streamers here on Twitch, streaming WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling. So if you want to stay up and watch New Japan at about 4 a.m. This January 4th,
we'll be doing it with you.
You can watch, anybody from Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match to possibly Marissa getting really excited over a wrestler named Dick Togo. He's something.
No, he's great.
So that's basically what we do, and then we try to incorporate the NFL in there because we are sad Steelers fans who wish things would get so much better.
Yeah. He's a Browns fan looking at us like.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything from you, okay? Not a word. Above 500 all the time. I'm having to fight through Shadur Sanders and Deshaun Watson being cleared to practice. At least you guys have a real fan base / coach. I would say almost a quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers is not a real quarterback.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't say that we were miserable, like
Thank
a Browns
you.
fan.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Give me my credit. Let me be sad. So, well, let's start with the wrestling side. We had the incomparable Santi on last week, and I think one of the things we talked about with him, and I'd love your guys' opinion on, is how much that sphere has taken off. It feels like 10 years ago this wasn't a thing. Obviously, Twitch was, I think, still Justin TV at that point, but you're now seeing the wrestling watch-along sphere not just become popular, but it's how people like me who don't have a lot of time, have a 3-year-old running around. I don't have time to watch every WWE show and AEW show, so I'm usually catching up with clips on social and through live streams and creating this community. Talk to me a little bit about what that has been like, creating a community around doing something that you guys like, which is just watching wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly been kind of crazy. When we first initially started streaming, we had no idea what we were doing. We were on a little laptop and that was it. No microphones, no nothing. Had no idea what was going on. And honestly, it was all the people that came in that kind of created the community for us. That kind of kept us going. And it's just really fun. I think my favorite thing about it is there are so many people in our community that we are friends with now. We've made a lot of relationships with them, and then even with other creators as well. A lot of us collaborate with it's the same 10ish people that have really taken off, that all just kind of go back and forth with each other. But I mean, before doing all of this, I didn't even really know much about Twitch. I didn't know anything about streaming, and now we spend a very large portion of our lives on Twitch and streaming and everything else. So it's been crazy how much it's taken off.
Yeah, the streaming sphere has, and I got to credit TikTok to a lot of that. I think that their TikTok and Instagram, it's allowed people to just kind of now be able to just watch, the show on your phone through Instagram or whatever. But I think that there's also something to say for Twitch's point of view, because when I want to watch a NFL game, or I want to watch something, and there's some content creator that I really like, I'd rather listen to their commentary, even if it's not the greatest play-by-play of all time. I'm not really looking for that. I'm looking for kind of just some
It's like personable.
unique perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, personal perspective on it. I think that that's what we give really, really well. And yeah, I think that that's why so many people have blown up, because there's a million different ways of doing kind of wrestling commentary. Sometimes we don't even talk about the matches half the time, and it's a funny thing.
Talking about Wicked a lot.
Wicked
Streams.
What each wrestler's NFL team would be based off their character, stuff like that. Can you're not gonna usually hear that from Chris Collinsworth or Michael Cole.
Yeah.
It's probably smart business-wise for both of them.
I know Alpha Bud is a great character, but you know who's a better character is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes really is the one. It's crazy.
I can see Chris Collinsworth low-key throwing that in.
Low-key, he'd be like, here's a guy who's really, really wicked. But you know who's not wicked is Patrick Mahomes. He's not wicked at all. His only thing wicked is his sidearm. By the way, shout out your community showing up for this one. We got Ty in the chat, Professional Heel, got Kevin in the chat. Let's take it back. When did you guys become wrestling fans in general before the streaming sphere? Or was the streaming sphere maybe what took off your wrestling fandom?
Yeah, I'll start because his story's better. So I started watching in like 2008, honestly, just because my brother was watching it and I was in the living room.
Heck
and that
yeah.
was it. And
PG.
just
It's the best time.
It was like 2008 or so, and my brother was watching it, and I just kind of started jumping in with him around Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton on screen, and I was like,
shaved psychopath Randy Orton. We love that.
Yes. Oh, my mom hated it. My mom was like, this is not, I don't like that you like him. I don't like that you are having fun watching this. This is not okay. And I was like, Mom, I want to punch someone in the head now.
I will never forget the moment that I went, this is weird, and I want to like it, which was Triple H breaking down Randy Orton's door, and Triple H was the face. He was the good guy, creating a breaking and entering scenario. I loved that. It's good. It's good wrestling storytelling.
Yeah, those are some of still to this day, like maybe it's the nostalgia or whatever, but the Randy Orton Triple H stuff, even Cena involved, that's still like some of my favorites.
So good. Pay no attention to the WrestleMania 25 match that took 30 minutes and was very slow.
That's fine. Yeah, just take that out.
So you and I kind of were coming into wrestling at the same time. I was 08. It was in college. My college roommate watched it, and I was like, hey, I'll see what that is. Johnny, have you been a fan a little longer than that?
A little longer. The scene starts in 1998.
Like way before.
This is some Golden Girl style telling. Picture it.
Picture it. It's 1998. I'm sitting in front of the TV with my great grandmother, who is in love with one Macho Man Randy Savage, who also played for the Cincinnati Reds, and she was a diehard Reds fan. Also from Columbus. Shout out. And then I saw a man in face paint by the name of Sting. Mm-hmm. And that was it for me.
WCW Sting. Okay, all right.
WCW Sting. I was a WCW kid. I was a WCW kid for a few weeks. So I was at Walmart, and I was crying as a 2-year-old that I needed the Sting toy. And my dad, avid wrestling fan, was like, I've never shown you what this is. How do you know what this is? Lo and behold, I was sneaking around watching wrestling with my great-grandmother, who was just in love with Macho Man, but I got to see Sting. And then my dad was like, well, cool. If you're going to watch that, you can watch WWF as well. And then I saw Jeff Hardy, and I was like, this is the coolest guy of all time.
This is what we're into.
And I was like, Jeff Hardy and Sting are going to be my favorites of all time. And to this day, Jeff Hardy and Sting are my 2 favorites of all time. I never changed really in anything since I've been a 2-year-old. And I never really left. I think I had a cousin when I was about 8 or 9 was like, all right, so you've progressed from WWF and WCW. It's time to get into New Japan. And then I got into New Japan, and now it's every wrestling promotion under the sun. I'm now doing a pro wrestling freshman list where I just evaluated 205 wrestlers, basically all indie wrestlers, to find the next couple hidden gems in wrestling. So yeah, my life is wrestling since 1998.
That's awesome. Enoch in the chat giving y'all shout out. Shout out to everybody coming by.
Thanks, guys.
Which I think this is interesting because, there's so many people. It's weird kind of being on the older side of wrestling fandom because there's a lot of people that have, you're talking about, your mid-20-year-olds who started watching, tail end of the PG era, the Shield era, the Black and Gold NXT era. But I don't think people don't understand how hard it was to watch wrestling pre-WWE Network. I remember, see, the way that I got into it, and I think it's kind of cool to watch what you guys are doing, what so many of these wrestling streamers are doing, because you go back to the community element. Like, for me, watching pay-per-views was going to Buffalo Wild Wings with all the wrestling fans and watching it, and Buffalo Wild Wings would give away like 5 posters at the end of the night, and you'd sit there all day just to have a table for it. But that's kind of, I think, what people crave and love about how we're doing these wrestling watch-alongs with their streamers is it really is a community event. It's hanging out with people and talking about it and having a chat about it. Do you find that watching wrestling is fun, but having that community element is maybe the best part?
Yeah, we were actually just talking about this like a week ago, and we've really spent the last year or so trying to make our podcast like just a little more like professional and better like quality, whether that's our equipment, etc., whatever. And I was just telling him, like, honestly, my favorite part about it is like there are days where like I look forward to the stream because I know I'm gonna get in there and like we're gonna see people in chat now like Kevin and Ty, Enoch, Brandon, like all these guys that come in that like we genuinely like have friendships with like off the podcast as well. Like, so it's like there are some days where I'm like it's a rough day at work or it's a whatever it is, and I'm like I'm so looking forward to just like it's kind of like hanging out with your friends at the end of the day, but you don't have to leave the house.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Yeah, the community aspect is a big deal. I was also a Buffalo Wild Wings watching, so it's kind of cool to think of myself now as the Buffalo Wild Wings.
They come to you now.
Yeah,
you are the Buffalo Wild Wings. I will take my $3 appetizers after 10 p.m., please. Thank you. Pass them my way.
I should. Yeah, we should hit up Buffalo Wild Wings to try to get a discount. Because I don't know when I feel like Buffalo Wild Wings stopped doing that. Because I would go to Buffalo Wild Wings or Hooters. I remember watching Eddie Guerrero.
It was a sports bar. Yeah, it was. I'll tell you this. I know that at least the one in the East Lansing, which I think was kind of on this par with kind of what everybody did. I think they did it later than most B-dubs. They stopped doing it like 24. It was like the network came out and they were like, well, there's no longer a point to us doing this. But they did it right up till the end. I have a distinct memory of going and watching, it would have been Royal Rumble 2010. And there was a problem with the feed to all the Buffalo Wild Wings. So it didn't work for the first 2.5 hours. So then we had to go somewhere, like we like went and like, we were in school, so we like left, came back at 11 p.m. They kept the B-dubs open till 2:30 in the morning for the rewatch of the pay-per-view that actually worked.
That's crazy.
But that was the only way you could do it. I mean, that's all you had. If it wasn't the weekly television, it was pay-per-view. And I think that's what's really cool. And then from my perspective as a 35-year-old dad, like social media is a great way to stay up with it because I mean, you guys who are covering everything from WWE to AEW to New Japan, you're talking about hours and hours a week that you have to be able to watch. And my 3-year-old who's currently asleep on the couch doesn't tend to let me have a lot of free time. So do you find it at all? I'm sure it's a time constraint, but like, you guys must like it enough to be able to watch this much content. Like, is it at this? Does it feel like a job ever at times, or is this like still a passion?
We have such a different dynamic between us for this.
I definitely get a little burned out. A little bit sometimes. It's usually like once every couple months or so where like he'll be like, oh, did you see this report? And I'm like, no, I don't.
Nope, didn't see it.
I can't do it.
Well, and also the thing that people forget is like wrestling doesn't have like 4 months off where you don't have any exposure. It is constant. You never get to take a time off.
Yeah, I think for me, as someone who like does have the burnout more often than you, I think genuinely what keeps me going is just like I am somebody who gets very invested into like my favorites, the ones that I like to watch. And so I have at least one, if not a couple, on every show pretty much. So it's like I am going to be able to like, at minimum, I look forward to seeing that. I think I have it a little bit more with WWE than I do AEW because WWE has obviously an extra show every week, and it's just more hours. So like WWE, I can get a little bit like it's kind of a lot sometimes time wise, especially with them now moving SmackDown to 3 hours again in January. So like it's gonna be
what?
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Sorry,
I don't know.
I'm getting where Jay Uso is running in again. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
If I see him, we're gonna run. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I don't know why they're doing that, but. So, I mean, I can do it for the most part. I just like, there's every once in a while where like, I've taken a little bit of breaks on like TikTok for like a couple days a week or so at a time, like historically over the last year, just because it can be overwhelming because I didn't start watching all of these. I started just watching WWE. And then when Jeff Hardy debuted in AEW, I was like, all right, guess we're going to watch AEW now. So then I added AEW. And then I started dating him and he was like, you got to see New Japan. And I was like, okay, now we're watching it. So I just kind of kept adding.
Give me some Hiroshi Tanahashi right now. Let's see it.
Yeah. Yep. So it was a lot. It added a lot to me from where I started in like 2020, 2021. Yeah. It's been a lot increased just in the last few years for me. Yeah, so
that's a big difference.
Yeah.
I haven't stopped. I don't think I'll ever stop.
It's the same for me.
It's in my blood, man. It's like, I mean, the best way is like when it is free time. I don't think I watch shows anymore outside of One Piece. I still watch One Piece. But
good. Another show that just keeps going on forever.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Can you just pick a show that doesn't have 38 seasons? Holy hell.
I think I don't like when I know that something will end, so I just got really into wrestling in One Piece. It's beautiful. But like I will watch Raw, NXT, AEW, New Japan, it's SmackDown, Collision, TNA, Ring of Honor, and then in my free time I'm doing the freshman list, so I'm watching the indies, and then if I can sit down and really have a couple hours, I watch 90s All Japan on this random guy's YouTube channel who has all of the 4 pillars and each weekly like episode from 90s Japan to kind of like ingrain myself into that era. So yeah, it never stops.
I walked in, he was over here like on the PC and everything doing, I think you were working on the freshman list and stuff, but he was doing something and he's got like wrestling on the back and I come over and I'm like, we just streamed 5 days in a row. What are you doing?
What are you possibly doing?
What else? There's nothing else to watch. How did you find something? And he was like, oh, it was the 90s All Japan. And I was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
I have to go do something else.
I have to look at something else.
But I also got to imagine it's got to be nice for you guys working as a duo and being able to have somebody else in the room during these streams. Talk to me a little bit that, so many of these streamers are just kind of one person bouncing off the chat, but it's got to be nice to have that extra person in the room, that chemistry that you guys have, knowing each other so well to get through these streams. That's got to make the time fly by a little faster.
Yeah.
Respectfully, I don't know how everyone else does it. It seems so much harder to do it one person, just in the terms of I gotta pee a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like
True.
Like, it's crazy that they just like can hold their bladder that long.
Yeah.
Because it is very, very nice if there's a match that I don't care about, she can just kind of take the reins on, or vice versa. I think that chat is just a gigantic part of that, and I have to imagine that it's huge just for everyone, whether individual or duo. So many times we're not talking about the match and we're just talking about this thing because it is truly just a community. It is, if you're going to Buffalo Wild Wings, that I'm now going to forever use this as the analogy is that we're Buffalo Wild Wings. Yeah, thank you. Is that like you're not always going to talk about wrestling, your friends are going to talk about whatever's going on in your daily life. And I think that she does a great job of that, of just kind of like getting into maybe just some more interesting conversations while, there's a lot of wrestling that we stream and sometimes it can be filler or mundane.
I think the upside to us and what makes our streams a little bit different outside of like, there's not a lot of couples that do it, is that we are a couple, but also we're very different people. So like, he is very like, you are the wrestling nerd. You know all the things. You remember the dates. You remember the matches. You remember everything. And then I do love the wrestling, but I'm also more so in like the stan culture of certain things, where like I have more than anything else on every platform that I am on is Liv Dom everything, everywhere. That is my big thing.
So
everywhere
you
online.
liked that she came back, huh? You were,
Oh my god, I've been waiting.
Was that
for
the
that for my
moment?
entire life.
That was the pop?
Yeah. That was I was literally like, what is gonna be my outfit? What is my makeup for today? What is my hair gonna? I was prepping everything for that moment.
Awesome.
But so it makes us a little bit different that way too. Where like I'm also a little more into like pop culture, mainstreamy kind of things, and then he's also into like the anime and like rap culture and like so like we have so many different interests that like if somebody comes in, it's likely one of us can talk to you about whatever it is that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like I got wrestling, hip hop, and anime, and then hopefully she's got the rest because I cover no other bases. So
you have the the pop music and the whatever's trending that day is probably going to be me.
hopefully if there's a popular person, you know who they're talking about.
Usually I can cover that one.
'Cause
But
if-
it makes us a little bit different.
If they're not a rapper, they're not a wrestler, and they're not Monkey D. Luffy, then we're
You're not doing it.
in a bad spot.
Let me ask, as an anime fan, are you a Jujutsu Kaisen fan?
I do love Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's the one I actually like.
Yes,
So-
I've been trying to get her into anime, and she did
Okay.
like Jujutsu Kaisen.
We had Adam MacArthur on yesterday, who's the voice of Yuji in Jujutsu
That's
Kaisen.
amazing.
So
Oh wow.
he was awesome to talk to.
Yeah.
Small world. I love that mantra because I do a lot of I do a lot of Madden tournaments and college football tournaments, and so you'll run 4 or 5 hour tournaments, and the answer is like nobody wants to listen to 4 hours of just hardcore football commentary. So you end up like it ends up being kind of this podcasty where you're talking about everything from food to pop culture to whatnot. And I love that because I think that's kind of what we all. Yeah, I think you're right. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings. You're not sitting at the table being like, only thing you're talking about is so. Where's Triple H going with this? Like, it's
Right.
there's it's such a long period of time to fill. I think the community aspect is so cool. All right, it's time for the 2-minute drill. This won't be 2 minutes because we're going to talk about this stuff, but I think it's a good way to give people some answers. And again, if you're in the chat, let us know your answer to these questions. Marissa and Johnny, are you ready?
Okay, ready.
Do it.
First question: favorite wrestler of all time?
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was.
the tattoo.
I'm trying to put the tattoo in there. Yeah, I got Jeff Hardy.
I love that. I'm definitely I love Jeff Hardy, but I was a Shawn Michaels. Like the first pay-per-view that I really watched, we went to Royal Rumble 09 that Randy Orton won, but the first one that I went, like at that point I was kind of casual wrestling fan. Watching Michaels Undertaker at WrestleMania 25, I was like, yeah, okay, so this is.
That's my brother's too. Sean is his favorite.
And then I just went back and watched all of old Shawn and Kurt Angle in 02, and it's unbelievable. Who's your favorite current wrestler?
If I'm gonna go different than Jeff, because technically Jeff is still wrestling, I'm gonna say Dominic Mysterio.
I think for WWE, it's Io Sky or Carmelo Hayes, and then for AEW, it's Hangman Adam Page or Will Ospreay.
Yeah, Will Ospreay.
Does Logan Paul have a better buckshot lariat than Hangman Adam Page?
That's not possible.
Logan Paul
It's
doesn't have a
impossible.
better anything
Nope.
than the gorgeous man that is.
I
Hangman
thought it
Adam
was
Page.
funny.
You're gonna start the man crush conversation.
Anxious millennial cowboy.
It's insane.
Give me your 30 favorite traits of Hangman Adam Page. I'll draw a
We don't
picture.
have- we don't have
We don't have
time.
time.
Hold
Got
on.
it. That's
This
right.
is gonna be the 5-hour podcast if you haven't come to that.
Weirdly enough, Hangman Adam Page is joining it. No, I'm just kidding. That'd be wild. That'd be crazy. What is your favorite match of all time?
See, I was debating on this because I kind of have two answers. So my favorite, just like for my heart, was Armageddon in 2008 when Jeff won the title, the triple threat, because I loved that match so much. But also more recently, what got me so much more into like different types of wrestling was Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Forbidden Door 2023. And I always say that match like changed everything about the way that I watch wrestling and like enjoy matches. So somewhere in there, depending on what you're looking for, those are my two matches.
Mine's TLC 2.
Yeah.
TLC 2 is just perfection to me.
That's fair.
I think I'm at. If you want stupid, wrestling is stupid. Like I was at WrestleMania 40 and night 2. Everything that was in that main event, everything.
Yeah.
It's stupid wrestling, but I loved it.
Yeah,
but
we were there too. I love that one.
it's unreal. I was sick as a dog and still loved it. I think from a wrestling perspective, I loved It was Jeff Hardy and Punk ladder match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Who wins the last time is now tournament? On 3, 1, 2, 3. It's Gunther. Okay, I'm glad we had this discussion. Give me your Royal Rumble prediction. Who's winning both Royal Rumbles this year? Because we're like on the road to it. 2 months away.
We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. I'm gonna go full Liv Dom. I'm saying Dominic Mysterio.
I kind of think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
It would be really fun.
They've never done anything like that. I mean, the Becky Seth thing was, but they weren't like, they were still in there. They're not really a couple. No, they are. We can see that. Right. It's fine. Yeah. It's fine.
We see it happening. I would say if not Dom, then I would say Braun Breaker would be my pick. But I would love them to do Liv and Dom.
I think that it's gonna be. I do think Liv will end up winning the women's Rumble. She's been the runner-up last 2 years. I think that they're trying to tell a story that she finally does it this year. And then for the men, I think it's just Roman. And then Roman has that Batista-esque decision of picking between Punk or Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, Santi said you got to put Roman, give him the multiple Royal Rumble wins. It puts him in the upper echelon. I feel like the women's is wide open. Like, I know Liv coming back is a big deal. I kind of thought they might save Liv coming back until the Rumble, but they did it now. We still haven't heard from Bianca Belair in a while.
Yeah.
Jade Cargill is always around, and you do wonder if there's a part of WWE that wants to give AJ Lee a moment because she came back.
That's also true. Yeah, I didn't think of that.
I don't know who her feud would be with, but I think that would be cool. I honestly, you could list 8, 9 women that I think would be awesome. Which
you could make it make sense for.
Which I think speaks to how strong the women's division is, and boy, it's nice. After my first experience with the women's division was watching Santino Marella win a women's battle royal. Awesome, good stuff. Favorite pay-per-view of all time?
Oh God.
I love WrestleMania 17. It's got my favorite match of all time.
X7 is the cheat answer. It's like, yes, it's just brilliant front to back.
I think if I don't go a cheat answer, 2 of my favorites are AEW Revolution 2020. What was that? 2023?
Yeah.
With Sting's retirement.
Yep.
And then Wrestle Kingdom 11.
Okay, I have a really bad memory, so just off the top of my head, I think I'm actually gonna go, like, just for me personally, last year's SummerSlam felt like it was
really good.
It was really made for me.
Yeah,
it was like everybody that I liked won, even the heels that I liked won their matches against the people I didn't like. Dom chose Liv over Rhea, and we got to be there in person for it, so it was like that was just amazing for me.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot you could go with. I still, as a guy who's not a big AEW fan, I still have never seen anything like All Out, the initial All Out, just the hype around it, and I still think Cody Dustin is one of my favorite matches of all time. Like, it was fun. I think Tony Khan's kind of a dweeb, but I loved that moment and everybody kind of being around that one. Give me your
I like Tony, man.
Your favorite era / promotion. So like if there's either a promotion as a whole or like even a couple years span in a promotion, what are you going back to?
I mean, I go back all the time to ECW. It's not a long time.
Oh, WWE ECW? You loved Ezekiel Jackson?
I don't hate Ezekiel Jackson.
I
like the
Big Show as ECW champion?
Look, I fight for Big Show. I love Big Show. He seems like such a nice guy. Wasn't the greatest championship reign. And that's really when they started to get to we're just going to flip-flop him being babyface and heel for 40 different times.
Is he crying or is he not? Let's find out together.
But yeah, that ECW era, chat can attest, I am such a Tajiri mark. I love Tajiri so much. Taz back in the day, those were my guys. So I think like if you could just kind of like bottle up just an era or a couple years, it's probably that ECW era.
I'm torn a little between two, although one is really about a person more so than a full era. I really miss Viper Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like maybe not the whole of Raw in 2009 at that time, but like
just Randy Orton's heel run. Like legacy Viper Randy Orton was the best. Yeah.
I miss it. Legacy, I still say is my favorite stable of all time. I don't care. I love it. So I miss that. If I could actually go back to one, I watched this back. I didn't watch it live, but if I could pick an era that I wish I did watch live, I think I would actually go like Kenny Okada New Japan era. I wish that I had watched that live.
That 2014 to 20
in New Japan. They just had a lot of great matches at that time, and I kind of wish I watched it live.
It was beautiful to watch live. Just like
you did, of course.
I do think. I like an underrated one that I might like if I really thought about it. It might just be like current AEW, just in terms of like when I go back and watch matches, you know, and you're watching a show back and forth. There's a couple stinkers on almost every show, whether it's ECW, whether it's Attitude Era Raw, whether it's whatever, and then you get some great indie moments. But AEW typically just there's just not the quality of just like this is the worst thing on the show is so much better than just most regular era shows. But that SmackDown, that SmackDown 6 era as well was really cool.
Yeah, I think if you want to talk about an era I wish I watched more of, it's like Black and Gold NXT. I wasn't into NXT. I watched a lot of game show NXT, and that makes me sad inside.
Me too.
Shout out to Caval. But I wish I was like the TakeOver Brooklyn era. Like I wish I watched more of that because going back, I still think I have a soft spot. I truly believe 2021 to 23 WWE is about as good as it has ever been. Even in the Thunderdome, the Roman Reigns Tribal Chief storyline carrying so hard. I love 06 TNA. Like 06 to 08, Fortune TNA, peak AJ Styles, Abyss, still 6 sides. Like I love that era. And I still think it's the best tag team era outside of early 2000s WWE with the Guns and Beer Money, and it was incredible. And then
that's no, sorry not to cut you off.
No, then you just got Jeff Hardy coming in and climbing the top of the asylum and doing his weird dance, and I'm like, okay, we're kind of done. Got it. All right, sorry.
That was like my childhood. Like I got really into WWE, and then Jeff left, and so then I was like, all right, so what happens now? And my dad was like, oh, he's gonna be in TNA. He knew. So I was like, okay, so how do I watch TNA? Yeah. And watching TNA, that was like I was a big gigantic TNA kid, man. From the Pope D'Angelo De Niro was one of my favorites of all time. Obviously AJ Styles, Sanjay Dutt, all those guys. And then my dream match ended up happening 2011 Victory Road, Jeff Hardy and
we're just not going to talk about it. We're just not going to talk about it.
My dream match technically happened.
It did technically happen and went exactly how it was drawn up.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. It was great. Fun. Anyway,
went through a tunnel there. That's weird. Give me a wrestler that you love that people don't talk enough about.
Oh God. I got 40, so you.
It just goes up.
I'm gonna say 2 in WWE. I think Lyra Valkyria
is awesome. She's been so good.
She's getting there now. I think she's starting to get the fan attention, but I've been a fan of her since she was in NXT, and she was very overlooked in NXT.
Agree.
In AEW, I'm actually going to go with another woman, and I'm going to say Ty Mello.
Yeah.
And I will say a lot of that is because Tony will not book her or is not booking her right now for whatever reason. But she's just had such amazing matches, and I would love to see more of her on TV. I
got so many.
Your top
all time. I don't care, but I will ride till I die for Matt Hardy as just even if you don't have Jeff, V1 Matt Hardy, the money Matt, Broken Matt, all of that is just like I'm like he's one of the most innovative wrestlers of all time. I love Matt. Currently, I mean it's Carmelo Hayes because WWE doesn't want to. I think that he should be like in that Braun Breaker spot, and I figured that he was going to be. A lot of times on TikTok, you kind of get it like associated with a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was talking so much about Carmelo Hayes, we were talking about like, oh, you're gonna get associated with Carmelo, and I was like, no, I won't. I was like, Carmelo's like. I was like, he's too big. He's too big, and he's gonna be. And what I said at the time is, I was like, he's a future 10-time world champion. He's gonna be the next Shawn Michaels. And then I'm like, wow. So that's not how I thought his main
going that way.
career was about to go.
Hey, the Miz is there. He's got the Miz with him.
Mellow Miz. Mellow Miz.
She did.
I will say, Karrion Kross deserved better. I've always loved Karrion Kross. And then when they put him in his weird BDSM mask, it was kind of when he died. Old school. First of all, I feel like WWE fans only saw her once, and they have. Awesome Kong was so good.
God.
But they
Awesome
just
Kong
saw
was great.
Karma in one Royal Rumble, and they're like, what was the point? Awesome Kong was awesome, and I was always a Paul London guy. I loved Paul London.
Oh my God, yes.
And then
and
then he grinned at Vince McMahon and lost his entire job. Because how dare you?
Right.
Just Vince McMahon, what a guy. Give me your favorite Steelers memory. You guys big Steelers fans. What's your was it when they played the Browns in the playoffs and the Browns actually won a game? Because that's my favorite Steelers memory. No? Okay.
No, I believe you, but no. I have a weird one, so I'll go first.
Yeah.
So my favorite Steelers memory is I was probably like 12, 14, somewhere around there. And I said we have family in Pittsburgh. So we used to go to the training camps a lot. And my favorite memory is probably the first one that I ever went to. We were there with family. I was just getting into football. And I saw and chatted with and got like 5 autographs from and hung out with Sean Sweetjump for like 20 minutes.
No, Wild. There's a name I haven't heard in a while. Holy heck.
Right? And Troy Polamalu waved at us. That was also cool. But it was just super fun. And he became my first ever favorite Steeler, is Sean Sweetjump. And I love telling that story because everybody has a very similar reaction to you and they're very surprised.
Heck yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, it's usually when did he play? And then you go,
yep.
So it was after Jeff Reed, but it was before Boswell. So it was for a couple years, and then that's.
It's like when I bring up Dennis Northcutt, and they're like, "Oh no, what year was that?" I'm like, just go back, just keep going back, keep going back.
Probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite memory.
I mean, I vividly remember both Super Bowl wins. So like I will say
Santonio Holmes, Ohio State finest.
My favorite moment as a Steelers fan is it's 2 moments and they're both Santonio Holmes. It was so I obviously growing up in Columbus, I was a big Buckeyes fan, and at that time, you will know this 100%. College football just felt different, and it felt like these guys were larger than life. Santonio Holmes, Ted Ginn, AJ Hawk.
We had nothing else. It was the Cleveland Browns and the bad Bengals.
And growing up, I thought like Ohio State was like the biggest thing ever. Like Troy Smith was there. Like it was just like these guys were larger than life. It's crazy to think that they were college students. And everyone was a big Ted Ginn fan, so I went to the game, and Santonio ran back a touchdown, and then on the next offensive play, got like a 70-yard touchdown. And he wore the number 7, and I liked the number 7. And when I played football, my number was 7. So I was like, Santonio's my guy.
Yeah.
So then my favorite moment is when I was a little kid and they traded up, and I knew the moment that they traded up.
That's who they were getting.
And I just went around the house. I was screaming. My dad was at work, and I called his work to scream as a kid, being like, "We got Santonio!" And then, of course, a couple years later, Santonio gets one of the greatest game-winning catches of all time to win the Super Bowl.
Still I'm a Browns fan, and it's still like the most iconic Super Bowl moment that nobody talks about is Santonio Holmes' toe tap in the end zone. Unbelievable. I still consider 06 to 07 the 2 years that could have been my greatest years ever, but Ohio State lost in both football national titles and the basketball national title, and I was like, well, cool, great. Awesome. Give me your last one. Right now, it's hard. It's weirdly hard right now. Super Bowl prediction. Who's going to be there? I don't care about who wins. Who's making it? Because I don't know.
I'm going with it. I'm going to say Ravens, Eagles. I don't know if that's right.
Come on!
I don't know if that's right. It may not be right, but it's also just like kind of a matchup I want to see with like Lamar and Jalen Hurts.
It's also big for you to say that because she loves Patrick Mahomes. She loves the Chiefs. Obviously, it's not.
Oh, like, Chris Collinsworth, gotcha. Patrick Mahomes.
But I mean, she picks the Chiefs every year. We have a joke on the podcast that what was it last year? It was the Chiefs Bills. There was 2 minutes left. Bills were up. I come downstairs. I'm freaking out. And I was like, "How are you doing right now?" And she was like, "I'm fine."
I'm like, Patrick's gonna come back.
The Chiefs are gonna win.
Like, there's only like a minute and a half left. Like, Bills have the ball, and I was like, I don't know, Patrick will figure it out. I don't know. And he did.
He
and they
did.
won the
I love the Chiefs kind of stink this year, but then again, it's still Patrick Mahomes, so they still might do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I would go different. I picked the Ravens Eagles originally, and I do think that the Ravens still could do it now that they got Lamar back.
Yeah.
But look, I'm an Allen Iverson stan, and the Buffalo Bills used Allen Iverson in their schedule release for this year. So I'm rolling with the Buffalo Bills. And then I think in the NFC, I'm gonna go Packers with the Parsons trade.
Jeez.
I think that they could do it all.
I think you can honestly list like 10 teams, and I believe you. I got nothing. We're gonna get into our game now. This is the game coming up this week. It is the Steelers and the Ravens at M&T Bank Stadium. Man, right now, if you had to give me who I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. I know they lost this week, but I just feel like they're the best, and Matt Stafford is just playing maybe the best he has in 10 years. In the AFC, I don't know. I wanted it to be the Colts. I wanted Daniel Jones in the Super Bowl so bad.
Yeah.
I just don't think they have any juice to get there. I think like Josh Allen just has enough superhuman ability to get him there.
Yeah.
And I need to see Lamar play better because I don't care that they won this week. They looked awful. They looked horror awful. But I think I got to here's the worst part. You know what? Here's the worst part. I met Josh Allen for the Madden cover reveal back in Madden 22, 23, something like that. And it turns out that he's also like the nicest human being on the face of the earth. And he married Haley Steinfeld, and he's making billions of dollars. Yeah. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just won life.
Boy, it must be tough being you, Josh. Oh, it must be so tough being you. As Mike Valenti refers to him, one of the sports radio hosts here in Detroit, Aaron Rodgers, also known as Old Balls.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hear that.
He's there. I'm sad that they haven't added his little cast on his left hand, but.
Well, you also may have to add in some kind of mask for the possible broken nose.
Yeah,
now
sure.
That Aaron Rodgers has.
Sure. Who doesn't love a good old broken noses? First play, Jalen Warren. Oh,
and this is what we want to see.
Goodbye. Hit him, shimmy, shake, and find the end zone. All right, well, it's been great seeing you guys. We're just gonna go ahead and just gonna cap this one up. Thanks for watching. All right.
End it there. Pretend it's
we can't have that.
The beauty of Madden, because that
will never
isn't very realistic, unfortunately.
Listen, I say it's not realistic, but the Panthers went out and won this weekend, and they're good. So the NFL's lost its mind. Shout out Jalen Warren, hitting the gritty like it's 2018 again. I'm so proud of you. So that was 13 seconds, huh? All right.
There we go.
I didn't know the Steelers had that sort of explosiveness. They don't. I would like to point out, but
the Steelers in Madden, maybe.
You know, Jalen Warren might. Jalen Warren's actually had a pretty decent season. It's when we're always down by 3 touchdowns. You know, you got to pass.
I like Jalen Warren. I actually really liked Warren and Najee Harris when Najee Harris wasn't completely inefficient running the ball as a 1-2. Yeah. I just feel like they need he doesn't scream number one. They need a number one. He screams third down back that causes problems.
We need a boom guy.
Yeah.
They need a Josh Jacobs is what they need. Like, imagine Josh Jacobs on the Steelers as the one, taking 18 carries a game, and then Jalen Warren gets your 10 and 4 catches.
Yeah, that would be beautiful. I do like Gainwell as a pass catching back.
Shout out to the Eagles.
Yeah. I think that he's been way better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you guys miss George Pickens?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
No.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Sorry, I
Yes.
didn't mean to cause a fight. I'm sorry. Didn't mean
We
to.
talk about it every week.
We do talk about it just about every week. I don't, because yes, he is a good receiver. Like, he will usually catch the ball. But his mouth and attitude,
He's
was
crazy.
just he's way too much.
He's a crazy
for me.
person.
And
I
what
would
drives
just like to point out, George, if you're watching, thanks for watching. We're talking about a different George Pickens. Don't come to my
not
house.
you.
Not
No
you.
one
Different guy.
George, I rock with you. You get into as many fights. So my favorite NFL player of all time is Joey Porter. Not Joey Porter Jr., who is now like my favorite current, but like Joey Porter.
OG
So
Joey Porter.
I like guys that run their mouths. So I like, and I also really like wide receivers that catch the ball and get open, which I didn't think would be like a huge requirement nowadays.
But it is.
But currently this season,
It is.
it's actually really refreshing to see.
Yeah.
Little dump off underneath. That's former University of Minnesota wide receiver Rashad Bateman. He's been here a while and has never contributed. Shout out to that guy.
And
So
he'd still be wide receiver 2 in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
or 3. Now, as Steelers fans, I need y'all to answer for something because it's true and there's no way you can argue it. How do you feel about Hines Ward being the dirtiest wide receiver to ever play the game? Because if you ever watched him block, he went for ACLs.
Sorry. So let me reiterate.
Oh no.
So Joey Porter is my favorite player of all time.
Okay.
My second favorite player of all time
Is Hines Ward.
Ward.
Yeah.
So that's just
Dirty.
look. That's just how the game was played. Back
It's
then, you know what I mean?
unbelievable. Watching him go for blocks on wide receivers, it's like he targeted an ACL and was like, I'm going to take this out on everybody. Goodbye. Goodbye, knees.
Hines Ward would have made a great WWE wrestler. So I love Hines.
Only move his down goes Lamar, and there's that man. The second best pass rusher in the AFC North, TJ Watt. Oh, Myles Garrett still exists, and he's got 18 sacks this year. Yeah, he's a god.
I cannot. There is not. I hate him. I hate Myles Garrett.
What?
I hate him so much.
All he was trying to do was put Mason Rudolph's helmet back on his head. Safety first.
okay.
He's swinging it to put it back on Mason Rudolph's head. You're welcome.
Right.
For this as well, this may be a pattern for me. So my favorite moment of Myles Garrett's career was him doing that to Mason Rudolph.
Here you go, Mason. You forgot your helmet,
also
sir.
dislike-
Listen, I am not by any means a Mason Rudolph fan.
He's the
I
worst player
am
of all
not a fan of him. But I did not like that moment, and I
Out of the
also
Browns.
think that there are so many years where Myles Garrett gets just a little too much credit. Okay, I think TJ's better. TJ's not having his best year right now, but in the past, I just feel like TJ's been better.
TJ has not been good for us this season,
Yeah.
and I feel
probably
like
trade him.
Steelers fans-
Maybe to the Browns.
No.
well, that would never be good.
No.
No, it'd be great because we'd still be 4 wins, but we'd have more sacks than anybody. It'd be awesome.
It would be great that no team would
Ball's
ever.
out! Ball's out!
Ball!
Lamar got popped! We're going the other way! Scoop, score! Ice cream store! End zone!
Oh,
There we go.
Alex Highsmith. Oh, come on.
Highsmith.
Hey, two,
I love Highsmith.
So I don't know if you put the sliders up for the Steelers in this game or what exactly,
Nope.
but when you think about it,
I did rig it for you guys. I wanted you guys to have fun. You're welcome.
I appreciate that, and I will take that because when you think about it, and I'm going to say this during the game, is that this is all you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
All you need to do is get an immediate 80-yard rushing touchdown,
One.
and then make Lamar fumble, pick it up, scoop, touchdown.
Make
Yeah.
him fumble.
That's
That's
it.
all we look. That's an easy 14 points right there.
Ready? You're up 14 points, and Aaron Rodgers has not had to do anything.
Exactly, and that's where I like it to be.
We love that.
That's a big upside.
It's a big upside. If Aaron Rodgers ended with 0 pass attempts and you end up with points, you're happy. It's a good day.
That's probably my favorite game of the year.
Yeah,
Do
honestly,
that, yeah.
there's zero anxiety.
Yeah.
Sad John Harbaugh. Oh.
Also Michigan. So
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you don't like him for that either.
Oh, poor Sharon Moore. They're so sad in Ann Arbor. They lost. Oh, man.
Oh, sadness for them. Oh, is that Boswell?
That's the best
That
kicker
is-
in the NFL.
That is Chris Boswell at, I think, last I checked, 103 years old, still kicking. This dude's been around forever.
I hated Boswell his first couple of years.
Because he was wild.
No, his first year.
He was just jealous.
Yeah, no, the first year was just because he replaced Sean Sweejum, and I was upset about it.
Fair.
And then also he like missed one kick, and I started calling him Botchwell. And my dad and brother eventually were like, "All right, listen, respectfully, you really gotta get over it. You really gotta move on because he's really good, and you're bringing us down, and you really gotta stop."
Yeah, what sucks is like as a lifelong Browns fan, and let's be clear, I started watching the NFL the year after the Browns left for Baltimore. So all we had was Ohio State in Columbus, or Achilles Smith's Cincinnati Bengals. So we watched Ohio State. But I've been a Browns fan ever since they came back. And if there's basically one position they've had for the majority of the time, it was Phil Dawson as kicker, because that's all we had through the Brady Quinn, Brandon Whedon, Kelly Holcomb. Oh God, it's so sad. Deshaun Kaiser, any Spurgeon Wynn fans out there? And meanwhile, I had to stare over at Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger, forever. Oh, yeah, that must be nice. 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah. Mike Tomlin, just forever coach. You know, it's great.
I still have distinct memories of the Browns in making the playoffs. The only other time outside of 2020, and in that year they lost to the Steelers 3 times.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was really cool. I had a lot of fun with that. Derrick Henry does not catch the ball as much out of the backfield, okay?
And also, I don't know if any defender could push Derrick Henry back that much.
Oh, that guy's dead. He's not on the field anymore. You didn't see it? It's actually in the code. They put him in ambulance, like old school Madden games.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just not doing well this year, though.
I don't think...
No, he's slowed down. I mean, again, he is 33, 34.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day,
like going from last year to this year, though, is just insane.
Well, you are seeing a certain generation of players starting to tail off. Your Derrick Henrys. You're seeing, Travis Kelce's been slowing down the last 3 years, is not the receiver that he was. You're seeing, and then, you're seeing, I like to think of running backs as kind of like airplanes, where it's not about how long they've been around, it's how many times they're being used. Because when you this is really nerdy, but when you talk about airplanes, it's about cycles. It's how many times they pressurize and depressurize. It's not about how long they've been around. I feel like that's with running backs. Like, Saquon Barkley might be younger than all these running backs, but he's been run harder than anybody. And so you're seeing him slow down. It's it's the number of hits they take more than anything.
That's fair.
So that's why you're seeing, I think, some level of slowdown.
Yeah.
As they go, and there's TJ Watt. Okay. All right, man.
Realistically, the Ravens should just run to the left side, because if they run to the right side, historically, no team really does well. But then it's insane.
Why is Alex Highsmith on the bench? Oh, it's Pat Frymouth. I thought it was Highsmith. I'm like, dude, you're playing right now. Can you stop high-fiving people? What's up, Mike? Yay!
Unfortunately, Freiermuth has been doing a lot of that, high-fiving on the bench.
Yeah.
Penn State legend, Pat Freiermuth.
Yes.
Legend is
what is
now,
it? Well, what is it with Penn State? Penn State and tight ends. Pat Freiermuths, your Mike Gesicki's,
I don't know.
They know how to do that. And then there's quarterbacks. Trace McSorley.
Yeah.
Christian Hackenberg.
Ohio State for a while had that same issue of Ohio State quarterbacks.
Listen, they're not good in the pros, but they're fine in college. Okay? They're just not good in the pros.
Doesn't always get there. Yeah.
That felt personal, but that's okay.
Don't believe in CJ.
You didn't believe Craig Krenzel was going to be a great quarterback? He threw the ball almost 50 times.
Almost.
I went back and looked at the stats from the 2002 national title year and saw multiple games where the passing stats were 3 for 8. And I'm like, what? And it's Maurice Claret with 40 carries. And I'm like, oh, right. It was 2002.
Yeah.
Pound of the rock. Okay, I think we're going to get Old Balls' first pass. Aaron Rodgers out of the bunch offset. Nope. Look at him scramble.
Never happened.
You have brittle bones, sir. Please get down.
His knees don't work like that.
I don't know if his knees, very similar to pro wrestling. His knees are very similar to Hiroshi Tanahashi, who is currently retiring next month.
So, bro, I'm not gonna lie, he might be worse than Tanahashi.
But he's got the ayahuasca powering him. So,
Yeah.
I think there's an interesting question here. As you guys have alluded to, I think there are a lot of wrestling fans out there that probably have never digested New Japan. So if you were to try to sell people on what is great about New Japan, what they should watch, like maybe where's a good starting point, because it's not on at a normal time and it's not on a normal schedule, but like people hear about the G1 and they hear about all these Wrestle Kingdom. Where should people start if they want to like just test themselves out to see if they like New Japan?
Oh, I got you. You want to watch the Okada Omega series. They had 4 matches in New Japan. The first one is the best one, in my opinion. And I think that's pretty universal. I think a lot of people like the first one as the best. But I think what's great about New Japan is they have really great technical wrestling, but it's also a little bit of everything. Like, it's very technical, but it's also like some of what you'll see in WWE where it's a little bit showy, but then also a lot of some of the high-flying stuff you may see in AEW. So it's a little bit of everything, in my opinion. It is just, like you said, hard to watch timing-wise. So I would start with Okada Omega, the first one, and if you don't like that one,
what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Okay.
If you don't like it, then 1, that's just, it's kind of a you problem. But 2, if you don't like that, you're not going to like anything.
Hey,
that is over there.
Oh, Kenneth Gainwell. Okay.
Oh, that's Gainwell. Gainwell actually may be that fast in real life.
He's quick. Shout out to Joe Time in the chat. What's up, Joe Time?
Hey.
Hey.
No, I think I think that's the clear answer is Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada. Their series is phenomenal. If you don't have the time to watch their matches, because most of their matches go about an hour.
That's fair.
There is a phenomenal YouTube video by Super Eye Patch Wolf, and it chronicles the Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi storyline, and that is so good. To know about their whole dynamic and why you should care about Kenny and Ibushi. And then also in AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, it would be a really easy way to go in. You know who Shinsuke Nakamura is, you know who AJ Styles is, if you're a WWE fan, but then you may not have seen them like this.
And significantly less penis kicking. So
genuinely, I think zero. I think zero penis.
Zero in the New Japan one. In the WWE version, it was about 4.5.
And their story didn't center around it. It's kind of crazy. I know. It's crazy.
Weird. Weird obsession with the kicking the bowels. Jazzy says get into Osprey versus Kenny at Forbidden Door.
See, Jazzy is one of the girlies that I was talking about. I was like, these are my friends. Jazzy gets it. Okay. Jazzy has great taste. I didn't say that match only because I didn't know if Forbidden Door was like technically AEW.
So at the time, Osprey was New Japan.
Osprey was, but the show
is AEW. But like that gives you a flavor. I think there's also something interesting to be said and I think you pointed out as, talking about an hour match. And when you hear an hour match in WWE, it is usually an Iron Man match of a lumbering, slow. But that is not these matches in New Japan are given an hour because they need an hour to tell the story. It's not a lot of rest holds. It's not a lot of waiting. It is action nonstop. So I think people hear an hour and they go, I don't know if I want to watch, plotting, slow. It's not that. It's a totally different style.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my exact reaction when we did it. So we watched Okada Omega. We did all 4 of them as like match reacts on our Patreon.
Joey Porter Jr. just tackled Derrick Henry up top alone. I didn't think that's possible. Carry on.
Joey Porter Jr. can do anything. He also loves Jeff Hardy in anime. He is a
you're a fan. Got it.
Jeff Hardy, son of my favorite player, and loves One Piece. So Joey Porter Jr., if I could ever meet you, that's the pick.
Yeah.
You just did it again.
That was my exact reaction when I was like, we were gonna watch all 4 of them, and I was like, they're all an hour. That's so much. And then we got through the first one, and I was like, that's done. That was the pin. That was already. We're already done. And it went by so fast. Yeah. It genuinely. Yeah. And I typically hate sitting there for an hour, so you can take it from me that it's a really good watch.
If you're a WWE fan, you can get Cody Rhodes in the 4th one. I want to say.
Oh yeah, Cody's in one of them, like ringside.
That was right. That was right before AEW started, right? Like he was on his still on his big indie tour. Ghost of Nay says Shibata versus Okada at Sakura Genesis 2017.
That is the one that may scare you. That's the one that Shibata headbutts Okada legitimately, and has a brain bleed in the match. And New Japan got so mad at him that basically he wasn't allowed to wrestle anymore. And then they finally, a couple years ago, said, you know what, Shibata, the past is the past.
Come on back.
You've been cleared. You can go out. You can have a 5-minute match with a young Rin Narita, who is kind of being groomed as the next Shibata. And you know, no head strikes, none of that. And then Shibata went into the match and told Rin Narita, "We're gonna do whatever we want." And
oh boy!
Now he's not really allowed to wrestle in New Japan.
Oh boy!
Yeah, that wasn't his greatest moment.
You know, it's very similar to the NFL. You know, Shibata is probably a candidate for possible CTE.
That's
Antonio Brown. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers legend.
That's not. I don't. We don't claim him anymore.
Empty backfield. Aaron, what are we doing? Okay, sorry.
Oh no.
He's getting it. One-on-one down the side. Dropped it. Okay, sorry. Carry on.
And that's what it normally looks like.
Man,
right
if
there.
we're getting a.
Are we getting pass interference?
On Kenneth Gainwell. It's on Kenneth Gainwell. He wasn't even involved in the play. I feel like also there are many things you can look back as to how WWE fumbled Shinsuke Nakamura. But to me, the number one is not really explaining what strong style is. They just said it a lot and they were like, you know what that means. And there were a lot of people that went, no, I don't know what that means. And you go back and watch him in New Japan and you're like, oh, it's just leathering each other. Like there's no laying off. It's everybody's punching everybody really hard. And they just never really explained that in WWE. And it seems simple, but I feel like it took away from his mystique when they were like, they brought him up to the main roster. NXT did an okay job, but they brought him up to the main roster and they went strong style and everybody went, what does that mean? They went strong style. It's like, okay.
I think that NXT crowd
better,
very much knew and were aware,
especially that era, that black and gold era was watching everything.
Yeah, they were watching everything. They were super excited. I mean, Balor had just came in. All of these, Neville had been brought in earlier. They completely knew all that stuff. The crowds for Shinsuke at that time were amazing because they understood like the aura that he had and everything. Mm-hmm. And then they put him up to the main roster and they were like, "You get it?
Do you get it?"
And they're like, "No, not really."
Strong.
They're like, he doesn't have a lot of muscles. I don't really know why he's strong.
Well, he's strong style.
Like, the problem with WWE is like with this in particular, they either try to like rewrite or like ignore things that happened in other companies, or they just assume you understand something.
You've watched it, right? No, we haven't. Right. Nobody has.
And it's like WWE fans, like fans who only watch WWE are some of the, and I don't even mean this, like if that's all you want to watch, that's totally
They're
fine.
tunnel vision though. That's what they watch.
But they don't know, they don't know anything else. Like, so like they're very like in the most respectful way, a little clueless to like outside stuff. And like, if, like I said, if that's all you want to watch, that's totally fine. But WWE will like rewrite stuff or like just pretend you know. And it's like that you're missing so much opportunity to explain things to them. Like when they say Cody went away for a while, every time they do it,
where?
I'm like, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Cody? What'd you do, Cody?
He
what
bought
happened?
a van down by the river. But I will say, you want to talk about one of those positive changes with Triple H. It is that we now acknowledge there are other. I mean, when did you think 15 years ago that TNA and WWE would be having a partnership?
Right.
Like,
oh, it's crazy.
I honestly, one of the coolest things right now is seeing what they're doing with AAA and with Dominic and like bringing in a promotion that most mainstream WWE fans would never even think about watching, and now they're like looking forward to it and they're bringing these stars. I feel like the meshing of wrestling worlds, as the Steelers are just laying it on. By the way, that's going to be a roughing the kicker. Yeah. That is absolutely a roughing.
That's first down.
Yeah, there's only 3 seconds left in the second quarter, so I don't know if they're gonna.
Yeah, we might as well just decline it right there, bang.
Yeah, they're just gonna take the points.
Mike.
But
Same wavelength.
It looks identical in the game to in real life. He's one of the few. But like I think that's kind of the cool part is that like there's no longer this weird like he went away, he got another job. Where at? McDonald's? Like it's at least like there's other promotions and we're gonna talk about it. I feel like that's where Nakamura came in, I think like 5 years too early. If he came in now, he'd be a world champion. And not due to penile kicking. Due to actually good matches.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I really do wish that Shinsuke would have. I think that he had so much more to do in New Japan that if he would have waited a couple more years, that would have been
a lot better.
I also love doing the thought exercise of like what wrestlers do you wish wrestled in different eras. Like for example, like Beth Phoenix right now would be a superstar.
Oh my god.
She was just in a really bad time to be a women's wrestler. Like, not that the butterfly belt wasn't a belt, but Eve and that crew, Maurice.
Eve Torres, yeah.
Watching Maurice was bad, by the way. Like watching old Maurice matches, she was not good.
Oh, but I loved her.
I loved her. She was a great character, but like watching, like it's weird watching women's wrestling and the Divas wrestling because the quality was so bad. Like, and they were only giving 3 minutes at a time, so like there was no way to have good wrestling.
I feel like because she's kind of she was so big, that she's kind of labeled as this. Nikki Bella was kind of she was represented as like the big Divas wrestler. Nikki Bella was just she was decent in the ring. She was just straight up decent in the ring.
She was solid. Like
but for that era, like now she's
for that era, she was basically Kenny Omega. Like
she's Kobashi, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I feel like she just kind of gets labeled as like, oh yeah, like the bad Divas wrestlers like Nikki Bella, and it's like she's actually the one.
She was actually fine. The one you should be looking at is Kelly Kelly. Stare directly at her. Bad. Just a bad wrestler. I'm sure a great human being, was a bad wrestler and a horrible entrance theme.
That was my brother's favorite.
I wonder
she came
why.
On screen. I know.
Why? Because of her skills. Huh?
She had a really good
great moveset. Yeah.
Her two big skills. Yeah. Figure.
Yeah. He loved her. I did love Maria. I was a big fan of. Nikki, yes. What I was gonna say is I would love to see
stupid Maria or smart Maria, because remember she was like dumb backstage reporter and then she got
that's right. Yeah. No, smart Maria was a little better.
That's fair. Yeah, no, way better.
She has top 5 entrance themes all time.
I would love to see what Maurice, obviously, like, getting some training as, like Nikki's getting training, because she's like, I gotta now kind of catch up to what the women are like now. I'd love to see what Maurice, at least character-wise, would look like today with, like, a Chelsea Green, a Blake Monroe, where, like, they're diva-ish, but, like, good in the ring.
Yeah.
And I'd love to see if she could, like, catch up to that, what her character would look like in the mix.
I'm going to say it loudly and clearly into the microphone. Chelsea Green is brilliant.
Oh,
I love her so much. She is so good and so funny and needs to be pushed to the moon. Like, give her whatever she wants.
Put the rocket on her and just let her go.
Chelsea's just perfect because she doesn't have this, at least, on the outside looking in, she doesn't have this ego or anything. She's just down to literally do whatever. Very similar to, like, Kurt Angle, who could, like, legitimately be
put him in with anybody. Like, big guy, small guy,
I'll do whatever you guys need. And I think that like, Swiss Army knife is so valuable in WWE.
You want me to wear a tiny cowboy hat? Yeah, I'm there. I'm in.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Got you. Yeah, let's make it funny.
I still think the funniest is the milk truck is still so stupid and funny. That's so good. It's so good. I feel like the person that we need to give a lot of credit to, especially during the COVID era, Bayley carried the women's division.
Oh my gosh.
She's
still so underrated.
I just don't like this like 3-face thing that she's doing. This feels it's sad to say, but it's true. It feels too creative for WWE. Like it's the Bray Wyatt problem. Like Bray Wyatt was too creative for WWE. Wasn't the right time.
I think if they have to I hate saying it, but I'm like, you just got to do it better. Yeah. Like it is too much for them because like they're not going to be consistent with it. They're not going to keep up with it. And it's almost like they have so many things going on at once that they sometimes like forget what they did the week before.
Lamar
Like,
is getting peppered out here, by the way. Cam Hayward just put him on his menu. Gada! No, run another option.
This will be what happens, by the way.
I hope so. Well, I feel bad because we had Cloacus on and he had the Packers. The Packers lost to the Panthers in the sim, which then they did in real life. And his favorite player, Tucker Kraft, tore his ACL in that game. So I kind of feel bad about that one. So this bodes well for you guys.
Let's go.
See this weekend.
I am putting everybody to this VOD. If we at any point go up 17-0,
I'm just pointing right to it.
So actually, we predicted all of it.
We actually did. McDugget says, "I hope this sim is accurate. We want the Bengals to run that table." Hey, Joe Burrow, why are you playing this year, Joe? Just take a seat, dude. You're fine. Ask for a trade. It's fine. Go somewhere else.
Maybe to Pittsburgh.
Well,
great.
Okay. Or hear me out. Not Pittsburgh. So.
Anyway,
I like my idea better personally.
Well. Okay. But let me run it. Not Pittsburgh, okay? So let me.
I had open ears. I still didn't like it.
They didn't love it. Okay, Lamar back to pass underneath.
That's what a lot of people say when Jay Uso runs it back as well. They're like, I had open ears. I didn't love it.
The memes right now of his teammates getting pummeled in the ring and he's up on stage doing his little slow walk. Like it's my favorite thing ever. Like it's like they're getting again, old school in the ring. Who comes out? It's Jeff Hardy. What's Jeff Hardy doing? Jeff Matt's getting beat up in the ring. Jeff, get to the ring. I need you to lock in. Or Roman Reigns in his really slow walk as his cousins are getting beat. All right.
Good Lord.
Just waiting. It's okay. Browns will draft another 2 QBs, Nick. Who needs 3 QBs when you have 5? I'm hoping the Browns draft every quarterback in the draft next year because they can't all be bad.
They can't all be bad.
Gotta be a good one in there
There's
somewhere.
gotta be at least one. There's Mark Andrews, shakes off the tackle, be third and a yard. But yeah, like the Divas era was rough, and it's not the fault of any of the Divas. They were given no time, and there was no respect on them. Let's not forget, they had a man win the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal. Shout out to Santina. And by the way, for as much as WWE has done better with women's wrestling, they still had a dude win the first women's Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I
am going to be extremely hopeful. I don't think it'll happen, but I would be extremely hopeful for the women to actually main event this year for WrestleMania, especially with, I think in 2025, they have really carried. Shout out EO, shout out Rhea. And I think
I could watch Io and Rhea wrestle every night.
Forever.
Like there are those feuds that you're like, man, are we done with this yet? You remember the Cena Ortons? Like you're like, all right, can we wrap this up? They just keep putting on matches that I'm like, nah, do it again. I don't care.
Yeah. That's like a dark horse idea. I think is that Rhea or Io ends up winning the Rumble. And then
oh my God, Cameron!
Look at that, Cameron Hayward, Buckeye.
Where did he go to school? Oh, he went to the Ohio State University. That's right.
Right.
Top 5. That's top 5 all-time favorite Steeler, by the way. But yeah, I would like to see if it was like Rhea won the Rumble and she's like, all right, so like we can't team together, and then Io is just like, okay, so then I'll win the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So then we face each other.
Yeah.
It would be a little convoluted because they don't hate each other unless one of them ends up turning heel. But I don't know if anyone's gonna boo Rhea, and I don't know if people are gonna really believe Io as a heel.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that being a WrestleMania main event.
Sports and Things says let Julia be great.
That would be great.
Oh
yeah.
My God.
Also,
that would be nice.
Again, you talk about the Women's Royal Rumble being so open. Would not put it past them to get Stephanie Vaquera a Rumble win and get her into the world title picture. Because she is brilliant. I mean, just brilliant. It's actually unreal. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I still have a dream that I know is never going to happen, but I want it to happen, and maybe it'll happen when everybody's 40 and thus out of shape. But Dems to breaks, Lamar gets pummeled. I still want a 4 horsewoman match I still want it.
Yeah,
Oh,
100%, 100%. Yeah, that's one of the ones I cannot believe that they didn't.
They never did it. They never pulled the trigger. Part of it was like people got hurt at weird times, but like a lot of it was just that Vince never wanted to pull the trigger on it. Like, oh, we'll do it the next year. Oh, we'll do it the next year. 4th and 9. This already could be the ball game, and Lamar goes down. Former Michigan State Spartan Derek Harmon with the sack, and the Steelers up 17-0. Yeah, I still wish, I would love to see Sasha Banks back in and run the 4 horsewomen. I thought at one point they were going to run the 4 horsewomen versus Ronda Rousey's MMA quad with Shayna Baszler. Like they had like all the former MMA were coming in, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool. Nope. Yeah. They just didn't. Ronda Rousey sure was in WWE for a period of time. And
that was a big reason why they ended up not doing it too, is they were, pushing Ronda to be like the big star, and it was like, man, you had the 4 horsewomen right there.
Ronda, all we need you to do is to come out after this Royal Rumble and point like a human being. Nope, you're not going to even do that.
No, I think my favorite
I'm pointing.
My favorite Ronda Rousey moment is when Liv cashed in on her.
Oh,
and took her title. That's my favorite Ronda moment.
Yeah. I mean, I did not think I still think they booked kind of her perfect intro match with Kurt Angle and with Triple H and Stephanie. That was like a perfectly booked intro match. I just didn't think it was going to go so far downhill from there, and it turns out just nobody liked her.
That was a great example. Every 5 years or so, my friends will, be like, you know what, man, I'm gonna give wrestling a shot again. I'll watch it with you, and let's go watch WrestleMania. And it always falls like right next to my birthday, so we had a birthday party. Go watch it. My best friends are there, and I'm telling them about Ronda Rousey's debut, and I'm like, man, I don't know how this is gonna look. So like, don't judge this too hard. This is her first ever match,
and then it was good.
And I showed them that, and they were like, oh my god, she is a natural. She is amazing. And then also on that WrestleMania was the Shinsuke Nakamura penis hit. I was trying to tell them that
the first of 4.
Yeah. And I was like, this is actually so I was like, Shinsuke and AJ will probably be like one of the greatest matches of all time that we get to watch tonight. Well, that didn't happen. But the MVP of that night was
okay.
Ronda Rousey.
It's a great time.
And then a couple years later, they were like, oh, so like, what's still going on? Ronda Rousey still like the best.
Don't bring it up.
Like, nope.
She tagged with Shayna Baszler, and nobody liked that. So that was cool. That was. Sure, I personally, she is a Columbus girl, but I will always be an Alexa Bliss fan. I loved her heel run from 2018, 2019, and then her and Nikki Cross I thought were brilliant, and honestly, her and Charlotte have been brilliant. It's so good.
Yeah, they've been great.
So good. She made Charlotte Flair likable. How did that happen? Yeah. Like, awesome.
I started liking Charlotte in her last run before this one, and I was like a lone wolf. I was like, I don't know, guys, I'm really feeling the Charlotte run. She got hurt. Now she's with Alexa. And now everybody else is like, oh no, I see it. I get it. I like Charlotte. But I've come around to her the last couple years.
I emceed an event for her. She was doing like a signing at a Cricket Wireless, and I watched her interact with fans, and she's just super sweet. And I'm like,
yeah.
Good on you. Yeah. You have no need to be. You could be a dick, and you're not.
Right.
So good for you.
Fair.
Like, good on you.
Yeah.
I was there for Alexa's first NXT match ever.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
In her weird sparkly outfit. And
it was like the cheerleader Disney gimmick. Yeah.
The Sparkle Splash was her finisher.
Yeah, the Sparkle Splash. I don't think she hit it in that debut match. It was against Mercedes. But yeah, I was there for it.
Forgot about that.
If you're a Steelers fan, you are really happy with a 17-0 shutout that they're milking the clock at the end of the game. I mean, cinema.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much Aaron Rodgers was really needed in this game.
He really wasn't.
I'm going to look at the stats after this. I think he completed under 7 passes.
Yeah, I was going to say 5.
So nope, he's passing again, though.
He
Mike, what are we doing?
It's all right.
Mike, we didn't need to do that.
Well, the only one in real life that he could throw to is Darnell Washington. So
We
In
can't
fairness, she's 6'8", so
right.
Yeah.
That's why. That's the only one.
So it's really easy to throw a football at a fridge.
Yeah,
It's
but
very,
yeah.
very easy to.
it's really easy to throw a football at a Ford Tacoma. Like it's just like that's not a okay.
Yeah. I also shout out to chat for doing the Becky Bleacher Report says it. ESPN says
That's
it.
right. It's not just her saying it.
Sports Illustrated says it.
Hey,
It's great.
this current Becky thing, I'm entertained by. Her tweets are hilarious. I'm like,
It's so funny. I love Becky. Becky's my favorite WWE women's wrestler, I think, of all time.
sure.
I was like in the Four Horsewomen, she was my favorite.
Who
and, like,
would think that her breaking her nose was literally her breakout moment? Like that
Right.
was the moment.
Yeah.
shout out Nia Jax, you know?
The world's safest wrestler, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like her and King Mabel.
Or as you mentioned earlier, Caval. Loki,
Caval, yeah.
Ring of Honor.
Great Khali was always super safe.
Yeah. It's super safe. Yeah. I think Becky is so like she just innovates and she will literally she's one of those people that is literally like, all right, give me the idea and I will just make it good.
And she has a hot husband. I don't know if you knew that. She's
Hot American
hasn't,
American husband.
she hasn't mentioned it at all.
Right. It's been a while.
Been a while. Shout out to Stained. Young people are like, "What are you talking?" It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm still bummed out that they botched the end of that Ronda Becky Flair match. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, Nia just might be the Vader of this generation. Do not. Vader should not be given any slander. Vader in Japan was unreal. Oh, they're gonna
my
blow
God,
the
what's
shutout! They blew the shutout! Lamar Jackson hit his Kyler Murray trying on kid shoes run. Excuse me, pardon me. Gotta go. Louisville.
And this perfectly this had to happen because I'm gonna bet on a Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown and I'm gonna take us over in yards. And that's why this happened.
This segment sponsored by DraftKings. Lamar Jackson anytime touchdown plus 110. Go snag it now. What's up, Mike? You and your crazy eyes. Yeah, Vader, going back and reading the stories about Vader in Japan, like he was revered. I mean, he was unbelievable. He drew everywhere, and it was like, I don't think we ever got that. Just like for example, we never got the best version of Taz in WWE, but
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Taz in ECW was a monster. Like,
that was my guy.
Yeah.
I think though Nia, I'm actually really excited about Nia right now because I love Lash Legend.
Awesome.
I think that she's the perfect person to pair with Nia right now until they ultimately will break up.
and they recovered the onside kick. I just like to point out the Ravens just recovered the onside kick. Breaking news: the Steelers are trying to lose this game. They just recovered the onside kick.
Love it. This is where it starts to feel real.
No, not like this.
We're just trying to cover the spread for the Ravens right here.
I love that.
Right.
No big deal. This is where the gambling part gets really real.
It's a little dicey. Tim Donaghy made the call. Will the real Lamar stand up for this game because he looked hurt/bad the last few games? He hasn't looked good. Correct. There's some level, I think, of rust. I mean, he didn't play for a while. But I think if you're a Ravens fan, you're concerned. I think the only thing that gives you a non-pause is the fact that he wasn't on any of my fantasy teams because my fantasy team has been the death touch. As I, in one league, drafted Joe Burrow, Cam Scattaboo, Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is now hurt. Super cool on that one. Bucky Irving, who didn't play for 7 weeks. Oops-a-daisy. And what's his face? T. Higgins, who also is hurt. Now, in fairness, drafting T. Higgins and saying, wow, it's your fault that he's hurt. No, it's T. Higgins' fault that he's hurt. He's never been healthy. But everybody else, I've killed. So I am the Grim Reaper.
You have single-handedly...
that a couple times at the beginning of the season
where
like we do like sports betting on like our Patreon and stuff and we'll like share like what bets we put out and whatever.
Yeah, we're degenerates.
And of
love
course.
that.
And
Same.
Oh,
my God.
each week for like the first like 5 or 6 weeks, I bet on somebody who got hurt that game. And I was like, I think I'm the problem.
You're the problem.
I think I'm
You have the touch.
I do, and I was like, I have to stop for a
It
little bit.
was crazy. So she did a live bet on Cam Scadaboo, and I mean, moments later, his ankle turned sideways.
Like
It
literally
was
two
crazy.
plays later,
Yeah.
I did a live.
You
bet,
really
Cam
need to
Scadaboo.
just start betting on everybody who's playing the Steelers and then be like, wow, the whole team. That's crazy. Worth it. Bye.
Maybe that should be the tactic. That's
Honestly, if you use that tactic and then they don't get hurt, then you win because we are going to be bad.
so it's kind of a win-win
So you
situation.
go. It's kind of just throwing it out there. Ravens trying to make this one respectable. It was 17-0. Lamar scores, and then they recover the onside kick, and now they're running a very West Coast offense, I guess.
It wouldn't be a Steelers-Ravens game if it didn't end up giving you some sort of anxiety.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't remember the last time that I had a
Oh, for the love
comfortable,
of Jesus.
No, we threw it
a
out.
comfortable
Threw it out.
win
It's fine.
or a
It's fine.
comfortable loss against the Ravens.
Joke's on you.
Every-
The Browns, if you have no expectations, you can never be hurt by them.
And you know what? In a way, it's easy to be a Browns fan.
It's
in the
awesome.
same way that it's easy to be a Pirates fan. I'm a Pirates fan.
Sorry.
And just
Paul
every
Skeens is
year,
really good. That's it.
He's really good, and he is going to be a Yankee or Dodger in a couple years.
You know where he's not going? Cleveland. We have $12 and a ham sandwich to offer him.
Oh no, but I'm a Yankees fan. I'll take them.
So now if they get an onside kick,
Now we
they
got real
could
problems.
actually Pirates.
Yeah. Will Kevin get fired? I think Kevin has naked pictures of Jimmy Haslam, and that's why he's not getting fired. That's it. That's the only explanation.
I was trying to piece together who Kevin was.
Yeah. You can only be labeled as a quarterback guru so long when every quarterback that you've touched has either left or been bad. So
Yeah.
I don't know how much more we can sit there and say Kevin Stefanski is good, but also this team is putrid. Well, they recovered
There
this
we
one.
go.
We're good. We're good. The spread's 7.5. It's weird. I gotta see what the actual number is. I think it's like 4.5 would be my guess for this game.
Probably.
I think that's too favorable to the Steelers. I think that we should probably be about a 7.5 dog.
I went to Saturday. That didn't help. Steeler. The Ravens are currently 6-point favorites at home.
Oh,
Okay, you're close.
so close.
You're close.
So does Aaron Rodgers just get to knee this one?
Yes, but unfortunately he gets hurt on the kneel down.
Right.
The Browns are 4.5-point favorites this week. Shout out
Against?
to the Titans. They're
All
very
right.
bad.
That makes sense, actually.
They're very bad. They're putrid, which means the Browns will lose this game. As old balls Aaron Rodgers takes the kneel down. Adam Thielen to the Steelers. Are you
That's right.
excited?
Right.
That is something.
He
a choice.
is a player still.
I do worry about his brain because he did leave the Vikings because he said that he wanted to go to a contender. So I don't
And
know
so then
if
he went
that
to the Steelers.
happened
Right.
right there. I didn't know what he wanted to contend for exactly. I mean, I guess we could be AFC North sort of contenders until the Ravens likely ultimately.
Well, according to this game, the Steelers are going to be in prime position.
That's fair. So maybe he's playing too much Madden.
That's the problem.
Oh, maybe
He's
that's
like
the
the New York
strat.
Jets owner who picks players based on Madden ratings. I love that.
Maybe that's the strat. Maybe Adam Thielen knows something that we don't.
Right.
I do need Myles Garrett to break Michael Strahan's fake record. Yes, I do. Please.
He probably will though.
He's on pace, and he gets the Titans this week, so he might get 10 sacks this week.
That's fair.
That's true.
That's possible.
Let's check it. Aaron, what'd you do today, huh? Aaron,
He's gonna take all credit for the
that
game.
would be 7 for 9. He threw the ball 9 times. That is the plan. Only make him throw the ball 9 times, because
okay with that.
you have 98 yards from Jalen Warren and a defensive touchdown. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Number 1 receiver, Calvin Austin.
As we all predicted.
As
Right, we all thought that.
as the prophecies have said, it's going to be the Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson. Oh,
Yeah.
Who I think may have about 5 catches on the season.
Right.
well, he went to Michigan, so it's hard when you don't know the other team's plays. Anyways,
That's true, actually.
sorry, that just popped out. I apologize. That wasn't particularly sporting of me. That was that one's totally my bad.
Right.
This has been an absolute blast. So first of all,
Yes.
a big thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. I want to give you red carpet opportunity because we got some people here who might not know where to find you. So let them know where they can catch you, what they can look forward to, and how best to keep up with what you guys are doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, go-to spot's probably gonna be Twitch. Make Yourself Famous is the little username that we use there. And then we are each on TikTok as well. That's kind of our big platform. So mine is just my name, Marissa DeLuco. You can find me everywhere just with my name. And his is John Boy Bebop. You can find him as well on TikTok.
You're a Cowboy Bebop fan, huh?
Big
Yes.
Cowboy Bebop fan.
Shocking. You know what? I did not even need to know your TikTok name to figure that one out, because
Yeah.
it's that.
I had to ask, but
Spike Spiegel is my goat. So
I will let you know I have never watched it, and my buddy who's a huge Cowboy Bebop fan is forcing me to watch it next week with him. So I'll let you know.
I'm gonna be honest. You said that you had a corgi, and I thought it was because you're a Cowboy Bebop fan, because that's how my head works.
No, totally fair. He has framed it to me as it just was never anything that was on my radar, and according to him, it is, quote, you have to watch this or we won't be friends anymore. So
I think that's fair, actually. I do think
I
that's fair.
heard a similar thing about our relationship that I needed to watch Cowboy Bebop. So
oh,
She liked it. So.
it actually was pretty good. I'm not an anime person. I'm not really a big fan of
Yeah,
anime.
don't watch the live action.
But the anime was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
well, I'll let you know next week. I'll shoot you a message. I'll let you know what I think.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, give me a full review of each episode.
Well, you know what? We'll do a podcast. We'll do a full 5-hour Cowboy Bebop. We'll go through each episode, okay?
Have the time.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
This was awesome. I hope we can do this again.
Yeah.
Also, it makes me laugh at the small world that you guys are in Columbus. So next time I'm down there, maybe we can grab lunch or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy holidays. Be safe. We'll certainly keep in touch as we get towards Royal Rumble season. It's my favorite time of the year. WrestleMania is cool, but Royal Rumble is the best. Let's all be honest. So we'll definitely have to be on that, and we'll be keeping an eye on everything that you guys do. Big shout out to everybody from your community for coming through. We will be back live here on GameSpot Sports on Friday. We'll have Ricky Flicks back with us. We're going to do some F1, talk about the last week of F1 coming down to the wire as F1 got crazy because Max Verstappen is inevitable. So we'll be talking about that on Friday. We'll be live at 12:30 Eastern time right here. Make sure you check out these two wherever they are. Follow them on Twitch and on TikTok. Give them some love. They're great people. And you'll probably see them here once again on GameSpot Sports. Everybody be safe. We'll catch you Friday. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.